Hey there, it's Jumbled Sunshine. How are you today? It is day 5 of my Miracle Morning Challenge, and despite the fact that I'm all done up today was it started out as a fail, but it turned into something pretty good. So the reason it was a fail is because I didn't get up early. I actually got up at 9:30 today. Basically, I had some work I needed to do that I need to stay up a little bit later because I had a deadline. But then when I finished that, I still could have had a decent miracle morning, but I kind of got distracted and got looking at things and didn't really go to bed when I should have. And the reason was it was an interesting psychological thing because what happened was that the kids didn't have school today because term ended yesterday. And so I was just like, yes, we don't have to get up as early and I can still totally do my miracle morning, get up at 8 instead of 6 or something, even 9, But then what happened was because I knew that I didn't have to get up as early, I didn't plan an exact time for my miracle morning. So I ended up just staying up and staying up and staying up beyond what was reasonable. I did get a lot of things done on my computer and some different work I was needing to do. But, it was after 3 o'clock by the time I got to sleep. That's not good. So even getting up at 9:30, I still only got about 6 hours of sleep. And the lesson that I learned is that I've got to set my intentions the night before and make sure they're specific. Because I did set my intentions that I was going to sleep in a little bit longer and do my miracle morning a little bit later, but I didn't set an exact time. And a problem I found with getting up as late as I did was it's hard to go find the time to do my vlogging or my reading or any of the stuff that I'm trying to do when I get up late when everybody else is active and busy. On school mornings, they're up and about, but they're all busy getting ready to leave. And so we have little bits of quality time, but it's not super distracting because they're busy too. They're trying to get out the door. But trying to do something for myself when the whole family is up and busy and it's a day off is really hard. I had to find a little corner that I could sit in that was actually quiet today. So this is where I ended up. Even though it was a late start, and I didn't get as much sleep as I would like to have had when there's a day off, I did get some things accomplished. So I'll just do a really brief review because I am running out the door to go somewhere. And I was kind of getting tired of editing these pictures of myself. Because I was I'm not going to worry about doing makeup for the camera because then I probably won't be consistent. And so I just need to be realistic. This is the real person that I am. If people don't like it, oh well, that's their problem. My family still loves me, my God still loves me, and that's all that matters. It's not about me dressing up to impress you or something because I know that's not possible in today's world. Middle-aged woman, a little bit of extra weight, whatever. So I'm not here to impress anybody. I'm just here to try and do some self-improvement for myself and hope that maybe it will help some of you on your journeys. So anyway, the point is just that I'm not going to make it a requirement, even though I am going to try a little bit harder to maybe do something to make myself feel beautiful before I do my miracle morning or at some point in my miracle morning. But if I don't, I'm still going to get on here and I'm still going to vlog and you're just going to have to take me as I am. So today you've heard my story about my wake up and what happened. So I learned to set an exact time and to stick to my goal, whatever time I set. That will kind of make me go to bed when I need to go to bed so that I can have a good early morning, even if it's a little bit later morning because it's the weekend or whatever. So we'll see what happens tomorrow, Saturday, then the next day, Sunday. So we'll have to see how that works, but I'm going to set an exact time. It's probably not going to be 6 o'clock, but it will be early enough that I can get things done before the whole family is up and about. Anyway, okay, so I visited with my husband a little bit. I decided, this is not going to be a normal miracle morning, so I'm just going to listen to my Audible version of the Happiness Project while I'm getting ready and stuff to give myself a little bit of reading for the day. So that's what I did. Then I decided to do a nice, long, luxurious shower and kind of some pampering. And I thought, maybe that's something I should integrate in for a weekend part of a miracle morning. Just something to kind of treat myself. Just something to do something a little bit different than a regular miracle morning. By then, it was about 11:30. I visited with my family upstairs. I took my little kid up there with me thinking I'll do my planning and I'll do all this stuff. But everybody was just like visiting and it's a day off and everybody's having a good time and they're showing me videos on YouTube and things like that. And I like literally was like, okay, this is really fun, but if I stay here, I'm not going to get this done. And so that's another thing. It's just so important that you make that time for yourself, schedule it around your family so that you can do the things which are important to you. Because otherwise, our families are super important and we need to spend lots of time with our children and our husband. If you're not married, you need to spend time with your roommates, your friends, those that you love. That's just kind of part of, like, for me, what makes life so awesome is just having wonderful relationships with family members and friends. And it's so important to do all that. At the same time, if you let your family or your friends take up all of your time and dictate everything you're going to do in your life without you taking control of what you need to do for yourself to accomplish the things that will make you a better person and make you better able to serve and love your family and your friends, then you will just lose out on that time. You really have to grab it, especially if you're a parent or you're maybe a busy college student that has all these other roommates living in your room, or if you're a career person and you've got your job and all your obligations and, whatever it is that's going on in your life. Don't let your life take over being yourself. I think it's just so important that we remember to take that time for ourselves and to improve ourselves as much as we can so that we can be happier. And that's one of the things I guess I'm learning doing this miracle morning. So I found a quiet place downstairs. It was about noon by this time, and I did my silence and my prayer time and added some gratitude in there, which, is kind of a normal part of prayer usually. But I felt it a little bit more today, so that was good. And then for affirmations, this is kind of funny, but I actually went and looked at my Twitter feed because I use this service called Social Jukebox, and you can put like all your favorite quotes, things like that, and it will just tweet them for you. So if you ever look at my Twitter feed and you're like, wow, she posts a quote like every single day, she's so consistent. It's actually because I have Social Jukebox doing that tweeting for me, but they are quotes that I approved. Like, they have some like that you can use as a starting point, but I went ahead and have been adding ones that I like, and I deleted ones I didn't like as much out of the samples they gave. So anyway, I looked at my Twitter feed because I'm like, oh, I probably posted something inspirational today. The quote that I looked at, it actually came from a pastor in Birmingham, Alabama that I saw a video of. His name is Mike McClure Jr. He said, "Faith is claiming it's yours in the spirit before you possess it in the natural." Let me repeat that. Faith is claiming it's yours in the spirit before you possess it in the natural. And I thought, that just really, really applies to some of what I'm trying to do here with my Miracle Morning Challenge, and what I'm sure a lot of you are trying to do maybe with New Year's resolutions or whatever kind of goals you have for your life. If we can find a way to claim what we're striving for in the spiritual, or like in our mind, in our heart, before it's actually ours naturally or physically, that's faith. And I was like, that's so cool, because I like intellectual things. There's that self-improvement thing where they say, like, repeat affirmations, like, say it in the present, like it's already the case. Like, I am thin. I am, whatever your goal is. Like, I'm the #1 runner in the state, which would never happen for me, but that might be your goal. I found when I try to do like those kind of fake affirmations where it's like, I am this already, it doesn't work because I just sit there arguing with myself. But this is really great because you can find a way to claim it spiritually and say, spiritually, in my heart, in my mind, I am this person. If you can claim that in the non-physical, then it will eventually become yours in the physical. And I think that's really cool. So there's your thought for the day. Okay, so I did my reading as I listened to Audible, and I did my scribing. I was like, okay, I got to do this. So I pulled out 750words.com. I sat there and wrote. It only took me 23 minutes exactly from the time I jotted down the times on here. So that was good. And then I did a really quick calendar review, just to make sure I wasn't forgetting about anything. And then I visualized going through my day, imagined it. That's a little bit of the order there at the end that I'm hoping to do. So that was my failed / successful miracle morning. And it's day 5. I'm excited that despite the setback, I'm still trying to press forward. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow on day 6. I wish you a great day. This is Jumbled Sunshine. You take care of yourself.